So question 3 says, outline 3 models used to classify e-commerce applications. So the first model that we can talk about here is based on the nature of transactions. So based on the nature of transactions, we can talk about business to business. So in business to business e-commerce, this is just a transaction that occurs between businesses. One business, we can say business A and business B. So it can involve companies purchasing goods or services from other businesses or collaborating on projects. So we call it B2B. It also involves a larger transaction volumes and complex negotiations between one business and another. The second one based on this nature of transaction that we can talk about is business to customer or B2C. So in business to customer, it involves transaction between business and individual customers. This is one of the most common e-commerce model where the companies or the organization sell products or services directly to end users through online platforms. They directly deal with the end users without the intermediaries. Then we have consumer to consumer, or what we say C to C. So in C to C, it majorly involves transactions between individual consumers. So online marketplace and auction sites where individuals buy and sell products to each other are such models where maybe those who have done business in eBay, where maybe you bought a product and you are selling it again to another person, yet you are not the company. So it is a consumer transacting or doing a transaction with another consumer. Then we have government to business or G2B. So government to business involve government agencies providing services or products to businesses. It can include things like licensing, procurement, or regulatory companies, compliance services. So it is the government itself providing services that are needed by the businesses to run. Maybe you need some license, maybe you need to file some tax. So those services are offered by these government agencies. Then we have government to consumer. So government to consumer refers to government agencies now providing services or information directly to individual consumers. Now they are in government to business, it was government agencies providing these services to this organization or to companies. Now here it is directly to the consumers. Example would be online tax filing for individual consumers, applying for government permits or accessing public information. So that is government to consumer. We can also base them on types of product or services that are offered. So if you base them on type of products or services, then we can talk about retail e-commerce. This category includes business that sell physical products directly to consumers online. For example, we can have those who sell products like clothes online, electronics, gadgets online, online groceries. So that is retail e-commerce. We can talk about digital products and services. So digital products and services are businesses that sell digital goods or services, such as maybe some people are selling softwares, digital downloads, maybe some courses. Then we have subscription-based e-commerce. So in this model, customers basically pay a recurring fee for access to products or services. You subscribe at a fee, a small fee that is agreeable by the service provider. So it could include business like subscription and many other. We also have service e-commerce. So this category include businesses that offer various services online. So it could be booking platforms for travel, hotel, restaurant, air reservation systems. All these ones that provide services online can be categorized under this. Then the third way of categorizing them is based on platform or business model. So we have marketplace e-commerce. So this platform connects multiple sellers within a multiple buyers. Example, we could talk about the most common one, Amazon. So marketplace will facilitate transactions between various parties while earning commissions at a fee. Then we have brick and click e-commerce. So brick and click e-commerce, businesses operate both physically and online. Well, that's why we call it brick and mortar. They leverage majorly on online presence to enhance the customer experience, and they may offer features like online ordering within store pickup. So you can order online, but again, you will have to physically get your product that they sell. So it's a combination of both. Then we have drop shipping e-commerce. So drop shipping e-commerce acts as just an intermediary between the suppliers and the customers. So they don't hold the inventory, but they fulfill orders directly from suppliers when customers make purchases. So they are in between the suppliers and the retailer. So lastly, we can also talk about crowdfunding or crowdsourcing platforms. So these platforms connect creators, inventors, or innovators of projects, or these people who initiated projects with crowd of contributors or backers. So we have examples of such platforms like Upworks, where we have content providers, so those people who are able to do work, but they are connected in one platform where they can meet with those people who can assign them work so that they do business together. So that will be crowdfunding model. Then the B part of the question says, most companies have embraced the use of cloud technology. Though they are facing challenges in its use. Explain 3 such challenges. So these are the challenges that are experienced when these companies, organizations are using cloud computing. So the first challenge is generally security and data privacy. There is great breach in data security and threat in security. So these cloud providers, the organizational companies that provide cloud facilities, invest heavily in security measures, but there is also data breaches and security threats that will always remain a matter of concern, because such data, some data that are being handled in this cloud are very sensitive, and the companies that are using such data, or the companies that are entrusted with such data, cannot afford to even give a breach to these cyber attackers or unauthorized access, and even they cannot afford to leak such data, because this can lead to significant data breaches and reputational damage to these companies. Then we have cost management and predictable cost. So it offers generally cloud computing offers a very scalable and flexible cost, depending on the need or the expansivity of the businesses or the companies that are provided with these services. This can lead to unpredictable costs. Companies may underestimate usage and end up with unexpectedly high bills, especially if resources are not effectively managed. So one thing you need to know about these cloud providers is that sometimes when the business go up, you are able to order more space. You are able to scale up your needs, and you can be able to scale down depending on the expansivity of your business. So such brings what we call unpredictability. So we have also performance and downtimes. Because of network, sometimes there could be delays depending on the internet connectivity, which can introduce what we call network latency. This latency can affect the performance of a real-time system or application. So performance and downtime is also another great problem in this. So the C part was saying, define each of the following terms as used in system theory. So the first one is functional decomposition. So functional decomposition is majorly a theory, concept that involves breaking down. Decomposition, you decompose, you break down a complex problem into smaller or more manageable sub-functions or components. So these sub-functions are defined based on their specific roles and tasks within the organization, so that it is becoming easier to solve these complex problems, system problems. So we must, the theory states that the problem is fractured, or is segmented into smaller segments. Then the second one is functional cohesion. So functional cohesion is yet another theory. So in functional cohesion, it is a concept used in system theory and software engineering to assess how well the function or component within a system are related to each other. How are the components that are working in the system working well when they are relating to it, when they are integrated with the others in the system? So that is another theory that we need to talk about, that is used in system, that's in use in system theory. Then we have these questions that say, describe, sorry, there's no other question there.